Is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? Sup, cat? Sonia. Jax West here from Stephen Avery Project, Justice with Jax, MAM Gossip. Figure we'll do a video first today of a free-for-all, say whatever video. I look a fright. Not that it's ever that spectacular, but I had errands and phone calls and whatnot, so I haven't been able to shower after my workout yet, so blech. But who cares, right? Hello, Melissa. So, what we're going to talk about right from the jump, hello, Debbie, is we're going to talk about Chad. The Chad. No one likes the Chad. I'm thinking this is going to be the last time we are going to discuss him. Maybe. Because he's just a piece of shit. And he's not relevant. And, you know, he wants us to talk about him. I'm sure he thinks he instills fear into us. Hello, Tasha. It's Chuck's birthday. Happy birthday, Raper. Hello, Emily and Jennifer. The Chad. So, thank you to everyone who has been sending me the screenshots of Chad threatening you in private messages or on your pages. Please continue to send those to me because you never know when they're going to come in handy. Thank you to the people who have been informing me of his background, which never know if could need to use any of that. I have been told one of the instances of his pedophilia was with a family member, first of all. I've also been told he doesn't have a valid driver's license. I don't know if that's true or not, but since he kind of thinks he's really cool in doing his lives in a car, just kind of interesting if he doesn't even have a driver's license. Hello, Christopher. I don't have any watermelon. I did look at some. I was at the store before this. Oh, I want some watermelon. And hi, Tara and Carol and Gwen. I know I have been made aware of that Chad made a video about me yesterday. Hello, Stephanie. I haven't watched it. I was sent the link to it. I really don't give two shits on what Chad has to say about me. His opinion of me means nothing. I don't care that he thinks I'm fat and ugly. I mean, I don't know how, but somehow I'm able to go on. Hello, Miley. I know he tried to call Courtney. And something that was very interesting is that Christy Lynn, speaking of Courtney, hello, Courtney. So Christy Lynn, who used to be a moderator here and for Stephen Avery Project, who then tried to glom on to every case that I advocate for. She started with the Cal Uzinski case, then she moved on to Kent Pellegrini, and now she's full on into the Stephen Avery case, even though she thinks Stephen's guilty. Well, I guess it's good that she's dating Chad now, or whatever she's doing with Chad, just getting high and having sex. I don't know. Whenever her husband goes away, because her husband allegedly works on an oil rig, so he leaves for stretches of time. So she's entertaining herself with Chad now when the husband is gone. She used to do it with Kent, but you know, Kent's in prison, so there's only so much she can do in that situation. But and she dumped Kent when he didn't win his release, allegedly, but Kent has a totally different story. So Christy Lynn tried to connect with Courtney tried to message her and apparently was like going to apologize or some shit to Courtney. But then Chad does a live where Christy is all over it, calling us names and whatnot. So, and Jennifer, who's talking about he tried to call her husband, one of her screenshots is all you need to know about Chad. He says Steven and Brendan are guilty. So why is anybody who believes in Steven and Brendan's innocence having anything to do with that piece of shit who says that they're guilty? I know Carla uses the excuse of everybody's entitled to their opinion and it's better to be friends with your enemies. No. And Chad, this rally had nothing to do with you stupid piece of shit. I don't flatter yourself that I give two fucks about you. I went up and talked with Kim and Courtney, and they talked about how awful the rallies were that they had been to previously, and that there needs to be a real rally. And so then I had said, oh, well, July 9th is Steven's birthday, but that would be too quick for us to try and organize something that fast. Then, so we were going back and forth with dates, which I always screwed up. I screwed up the date because I was looking at June because I'm like, we could do it on the 20th and it would be 7/20/2020. That's a June 20th is a Saturday. So I was looking at the wrong thing. So it ended up being at the end, the last Saturday, because we're doing it in Steven's birthday month. So it has nothing to do with Chad claiming he's going there. Because I don't give a fuck where Chad is going in Manitowoc or what he's doing. He's a nothing. He's a pedophile. He is, and the people that want to say he was acquitted of that or whatever bullshit, there's no proof of that, first of all. Second of all, the messages that he sends to women is enough to know he's a piece of shit. So, pedophile, sexual harasser, cyberbully, misogynist, guilter. So why does anybody in, ho, Carrie Joe, why does anybody in the truther community give two fucks about this loser? I don't give a shit. I was talking with Courtney about it earlier today too. So it's like, you know, why are we even talking about him? So let's stop talking about him. Who cares? So go sleep over at Carla's house or whatever the hell he's doing, because Carla likes to provide shelter for guilters. It has nothing to do with our rally and our fight for Steven and Brendan, that we all believe in their innocence, period. So this will be the last time I speak of him, unless the douchebag tries to show up at our rally. I'm not going anywhere he's going to go. He wants to show up at our rally and cause shit. That's different. Exactly. Chad who? Nobody likes the Chad. But I do want you, because he's watching this right now. You know, he's proud of the fact that he's got so many fake Facebook profiles and that he's got his tentacles everywhere and is watching me. So, hi, Chad. I don't watch anything he does. I don't give a fuck. And you guys want to watch him, that's all on you. I'm not somebody who's saying you can't be in this group because you're in any of those groups. I don't care. But if we find you in a guilter group, because I also have my tentacles everywhere, but if we find you in a guilter group and you're just a spy in here that you're going to go over there and talk shit about this group, then we're going to kick you out. But I'm not dictating who you can be friends with and who you can talk to. I don't care. Pamela, I am not basically a lawyer. I am not a legal mind at all. Nothing. Thank you, John. So, but continue to send me if he messages you, because he's watching this right now, and so he's going to watch all the comments. And so anybody in here who now posts about him, he's going to reach out to you, or his gal pal, Christy Lynn, will reach out to you and try and talk to you. So you can send me the screenshot of it. You can send it to Stephen Avery Project. You can send it to me privately. You can scratch out your name if I do show it to like police or whomever, that you want to make sure that your name's not in there. Scratch it out first, or if you don't know how to do that or whatever, you can tell me you don't want your name included and I'll make sure it's removed. So, big old last fuck you to Chad, and done talking about him. Yay! Okay. Rally. We went over this the last time I was live. So we're still planning on, and I'm going to make Facebook events for it too. So, and the reason I make Facebook events for things too is it's a nice reminder that sometimes you'll get notifications and you can export it to your calendar so it's on your phone and all that, just so you'll have the times that you need. Oh my God, I have to sneeze and it's not coming out and it's really annoying right now. Oh, so yawn instead. All right, so I'm going to be getting there on Friday the 24th. If anybody is staying at the hotel and you want to change your reservation, or you're just making a new reservation and go there on the Friday, you don't get the same rate that you do for the Saturday. So I have to pay $126 for the Friday night, and then it's $119 for the Saturday night. But those are supposed to include, they say, breakfast, which most hotels give you, like a free continental breakfast or whatever. And then they have a bar, so drink at the bar. So I'll be there on Friday. We'll do some kind of get together on Friday night for those who are coming on Friday, that, you know, we'll hang out at the hotel and chat and get to know each other, for those that are there early. Then on Saturday, we will be doing the rally at Waupun from 2 to 4 p.m. These are all central times. So my time here in Chicagoland is the same as Wisconsin. So it is 2:11 p.m. right now, my time. So figure wherever you are at this time right now is when the rally will be starting. And I will schedule an event so you can have a Facebook event for it, so you can have the reminder. I'm planning on, we will go live from the rally from 2:30 to 3:30. So it'll be the 1 hour there that I'll either be walking around with my phone, or I'll just put it in a tripod and just let it sit there, and people can come up and talk to it, and it catches what it catches. And that live will be on the public page of Stephen Avery Project. And maybe Christopher or one of the moderators can share it here in Gossip, so you'll have it. I don't know how good my service will be in that area. We'll see. But so the plan is to go live from Waupun from 2:30 to 3:30. The rally will be from 2 to 4. Then we're going to leave from Waupun Correctional, and we are going to drive to Oshkosh. Jen, the rally is to show our support for Stephen. So we want people to make signs and be holding it of their support for Steven / Brendan. You can have Brendan on there too. Oh, and I'll also make an event for Car Caravan for people anytime between that 2 to 4, whenever they feel like it, to, be driving around that block. So for people who are high risk for COVID, so it's safer for them to be in their own vehicle, or those who aren't capable of standing or walking around for 2 hours, to do the driving around the prison, decorate your car, put signs on your car. I know when we do lots of car caravans here in Chicagoland, that I have bought the stuff that is like a marker that you can write on your car. I have bought it at both Walmart, and in Walmart you get it in like the craft section, and they also have it in their automotive section. And then it's also available on Amazon, and it's called glass chalk. Tip on removing it. First of all, you could use like a credit card, some kind of hard plastic, and you can scrape it off. But a thing that I use is, I think it's Dawn dish liquid. It's got that power shot. So it's a spray bottle of dishwashing liquid. First I rinse my car, and then I spray that on the writing, and then I use one of those magic erasers, and it comes right off, because sometimes it could be a pain in the ass. Where can you park? The prison is in a residential area, Jennifer. So it's literally houses that are across the street from it. And so there's street parking. So just be looking in the neighborhood for where you can find a parking spot. And since we're in COVID, there's no visits there. So there shouldn't be, a whole lot of people going into the prison. So we should have plenty of places to park. I do want to ask people too, since this is a residential area, behave. Don't be walking in people's yards. Don't be throwing garbage in people's yards. We're going to be obeying laws. We're not standing and blocking traffic, or, we're not there to be a problem. We are there to be in support of Stephen, and with the people yelling and the cars honking their horns, the inmates and hopefully Stephen himself can see all the support he has outside. Hello, Heather. Oh, Dollar Tree, Billy Joe says, has some too. So I want to make sure people behave, and if guilters do show up, they're going to try and get you to fight with them, because their goal is to make our side look like idiots. So don't engage. Just ignore them. You don't need to go up to them and yell at them and try and confront them or anything. Just ignore them. If Chad shows up, ignore him. So, we're there in celebration of that we support Stephen and Brendan. If somebody wants to come up with chants, start writing some chants, you can post them here in Gossip. You guys could start a whole thread in coming up with cool chants for us to do. I guess I should bring my bullhorn. But, okay, so like if you bring a bullhorn and a cop comes up to you and says you can't use that, don't argue. You can't use it. There are rules about sound amplification, and we are in a neighborhood. So you can yell then. You can still yell. You can't use something that amplifies sound. So you can't use a bullhorn then. But that's only if the cops say anything. The neighbors might get pissed. Well, it's 2 to 4 on a Saturday afternoon. So, Paula, we're going to be on the prison side of the sidewalk, not the residential side. That's public property. That's where we're going to be. You know, it would be nice if we had a whole bunch of people that we could like surround the prison. You know, we could have everybody doing the social distancing, you know, that we stand apart and we completely surround the prison. But, and this is something Courtney and I discussed this morning, we do know that, you know, this is like a rapid response action. Not a whole lot of time for people to, you know, plan this, this little vacation trip. So this one might not have the greatest of numbers, but, and we shouldn't be doing this again because Steven's going to be released. Hi, Krista. But if the system still has Steven in their clutches, we will do this next July. This will become an annual event. So, and maybe we'll just continue to do it. Now, this is technically the last Saturday of the month, right? I don't even know now because I got so confused when we were looking at everything. Is this yeah, so this is the last Saturday of July. So maybe that's what we'll just plan for next year. Because, Steven's birthday is the 9th, that's close to the 4th, right? When people have different vacation plans. So I don't want to make that difficult. That was another reason why it got put to the date it was, not because of the douchebag. Just trying to space it out from the 4th, you know, that maybe people would be able to do this too. So then we will drive, like I said, when 4 o'clock, we will drive from the Waupun to Oshkosh Correctional. And Courtney and her sister scouted it out the other day, and there's no public sidewalks. There's no place that we can really stand there. So that's why Brendan's prison now is just going to be a car caravan that will drive around for like a half hour or so around the prison. So I'll make an event for that as well, with an about time that we will be at Oshkosh, because I don't know if there's people that maybe just can do the Oshkosh portion, not Waupun. And it'll be a reminder for you all of when about we'll be there. Then I'll also make an event because I'll go live when we're there, you know, so maybe I'll park at Oshkosh and get out and film the cars that are driving by, just so y'all can see that. And that would be on Stephen Avery Project as well. Then when that is done, everybody who's coming back to the hotel will go to the hotel. Or if you're not staying at the hotel and you're just a local, you want to do whatever. I want to space it out a little bit. So the people who are staying at the hotel, maybe if we're sweaty and yucky from being outside, maybe people want to clean up a little bit. Then we will meet for dinner. So those who want to meet will meet for dinner. That will not be live. That will be just with the people who are there. And then we will do a happy hour. I don't know if the restaurant and bar are the same thing. I still keep forgetting to check that out if it's the same thing. But we will do a live at the happy hour in the bar, and that will be in gossip, because that's going to be, maybe we'll talk shit or something. So that will be not on the public Stephen Avery Project. That will also be if there's any locals, if there's anybody who is involved in the case that has been, you know, I still would love to talk to that bus driver. Carrie, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. When I talked to Courtney about that, because Carrie and Courtney had scouted out that there's an overpass nearby, but there's no sidewalk or anything up there. So it's not something that people can really stand on. But I said, if there is anybody who wants to do a banner drop, we do that a lot in Chicago too, but we've got sidewalks on our overpasses. So, somebody wants to go up there and, make a banner out of a sheet, go for it. So anybody affiliated with the case, or if you've got your own story to tell about the corruption in Manitowoc, and so that's going to be the time that we'll chat it up and we'll have it live here in Gossip. Crap, I just got another email from Melissa Kaluzinski, and I still haven't emailed her back from the last one because I'm such a stupid slacker. So on my other screen right now, I'm going to be pulling up my email from Melissa. Oh, I feel like shit that I didn't email her back. I kept meaning to. It was on my list. And then I also hate if she emails me that it's on her dime, because usually, I send her a credit so she can email me that I've paid for the email. Her prison's on lockdown again due to COVID. So everything will be pushed back again. Okay, sorry. Melissa's such a sweetheart. She ends it with, I hope you are doing okay. I miss you. Oh, Melissa. So I definitely got to email Melissa back. That sucks that they're on lockdown again. So that means, they're stuck in their... Melissa's prison isn't like Stevens. Melissa's prison is like a campus, that there's all these different buildings throughout this campus, so she lives in a room, with a door and a window, and it's not bars. But still, it sucks to have to be stuck in a room, especially in the heat. They don't have air conditioning, and they try and do something with their window. And she's in a 2-person cell, so her and her roommate each have a fan. So they try and position one here, up high, and one low, trying to circulate air around their room. Sonia, everything on Melissa's case, that's what she's saying too. It looks like everything's going to be pushed back again now because of COVID. Dano's 9-year-old going to make banners this week. Okay, banners. We haven't done anything official on that yet. I've talked about how I want everybody who can't go to the rally to still make signs. Like, you're at the rally and I want you taking a picture of your sign, or, you with your sign, or your dog with a sign, or, be creative, and then I want you to post it. Stephen Avery Project will have a thread. In Gossip we'll have a thread, post your signs in there so we can all see it. And then the lovely Christopher, who is one of our moderators, bet you didn't know that Christopher makes wonderful soap. And so Christopher has offered that we will have a judging contest on all of your signs. And so the signs that are chosen as the top 3 signs. And I don't know who's judging it. I don't know if we should just have Stephen Avery Project moderators judge it. So whoever the top 3 signs are that are chosen will, Christopher's going to send you a soap basket prize. Isn't that cool? I have, Christopher has sent me his soap, And oh my God. And one of the things he makes that is literally the bomb, there's this thing called a toilet bomb. I've never heard of a toilet bomb before. And so you drop it in the toilet and let it sit there, and then use the brush. But it's like, oh my God, it's like magic. Oh my God, it's and the soaps smell so good that, yeah, we're in the time of COVID and you're supposed to wash your hands all the time. Well, now you want to wash your hands because of how great the soap is. Hold on, let me, because my bathroom's right across the hall from this room, and let me grab a bar of the soap. I'm doing a commercial now. Oh my God, they smell so good. Okay, so like here's one. Um, so this is goat's milk with honey and oatmeal bar. And then this one's shaped in a heart. This one is Winter Queen Premium Spa Bar. Double Honey Butter Bar. Oh my gosh. Island Escape Body Bar. And then this one is Activated Charcoal Fresh Spearmint. Let me get his link here for his soap. Now he might get mad at me for doing this. That I'm plugging his soap. Here is his soap. Pow. And he's got tons of other items. And like he has his own bees. And so like honey that he puts in the soap and stuff is honey that he procured. Is that what the word you use for it? So I mean, and he constantly does all these different fabulous things. So yeah, so check out his soap, and that's something that he offered, is to, because Christopher, he can't make the rally, but he wants people to have a good time, and so he thought this could be another fun thing to do for this rally for people, that make some fun creative signs, and like the top 3 will get a soap gift basket courtesy of Christopher. Isn't that awesome? No, not bees in prison. At his home. Christopher's not in prison. Did I say bees in prison? um so that's that. Um is that everything right now on the rally? Oh, and then I have to message Jeff because we want to do the shirts, where I've said before that he'll sell the shirts every month, but we want to do, Christopher is one of the moderators, Sonia, for MAM Gossip. So he'll continue selling the shirts, but it's easier if we have all the orders in by such and such a date, and then he makes all those shirts. So I have said that the 15th will be a good date to remember, that orders will have to be in by the 15th, and then you should receive them unless you're out of the country, that it takes longer to ship. So then you should get them by the 1st, I would think. And so he hasn't made all this stuff yet. But there's going to be a gray t-shirt that says Free Stephen Avery. There's going to be, hold on, let me get it. I'm going to put the soap away. Talk amongst yourselves while I go get the other shirt. It won't be this color pink, and it also won't be a tank top. This is just something made for me. This is my vagina bat. And then there'll be a Brendan shirt. But the Brendan shirt that he hasn't made yet. The Brendan shirt will be just like this, but it'll say free Brendan Dassey on the top. And then instead of a Firebird, it will be this way. This dragonfly. And then it's going to say guessing is not confessing. Carrie, you can always place an order and pay me when I get to the rally. Can work that out. Yes, Paula, anybody who orders shirts by the 15th and are going to the rally, I will bring them to the rally. Jeff, I'm going to have Jeff, and poor Jeff, he works 3 jobs, and he was sick all yesterday. But I'm going to ask him to make a graphic. He's done this for me in the past. That then will have the 3 different shirts. And then also there's the 3 different, because we're also going to make bumper stickers. So you could order those bumper stickers. I think bumper stickers are going to be $5. So you place an order with Jeff through PayPal, but like Carrie, if anybody wants to make arrangements with me that you can't do PayPal, message me, and so we can do that privately. So his PayPal is his email address, which is Jeff at advanceoffsetpress.com. You can also use that email if you want to email Jeff, because like if you want to you want Jeff to make your sign for you. If you want Jeff to make you a special, because Jeff can print anything. He can make hats, he can make t-shirts, he can make banners, he can do whatever. So you go on PayPal, you put in Jeff at advanceoffsetpress.com. You tell him which shirt you're ordering, what size, and your address. Well, Chelsea, that's another thing that Jeff has to do, is he will be telling me the shipping costs. Yeah, I'm going to nag him about that today, Heather and Chelsea. So you can still order one and we'll ship it to you. But I don't know how much that is. Again, numbers. I don't recall any of that. And obviously it's cheaper if he's sending it here in the States. If he's sending it to another country, there's different charges for that. And also the shirts all the shirts are $25 each for sizes small through XL. If you need 2XL, you have to add an extra $2. 3XL, you got to keep adding $2 for each extra X there is, because the shirt costs the extra. So just know that in your shirt as well. If you need I wear a 2X. So there would be an extra $2 for that shirt. And so then for all of those shirts, the Steven shirts, $15 of every shirt is going to go to Steven. $15 of all the Brendan shirts will go to Brendan. And $15 of the vagina bat will go to me, which I'll probably end up giving to Jeff for printing all this stuff. And then, yes, Kim ordered already a mask. So we're going to have, I'm only making 50 of rally masks, so it's like an exclusive, and those masks are $10. That's one of the errands I had today, is I just dropped them off at my friend's house who sews the masks. So, but she's on vacation. I don't know which day she gets back, but she says that she should have them done by the 21st. So masks are $10, and 100% of the mask cost goes to Steven. So if all 50 of those masks sell, that's $500 that will go in Steven's commissary. And what we will also do with these shirts and bumper stickers is every month I will post here in Gossip um, a total. I'll show you what came in and what went out because I'm going to be accused of stealing the money. So there you go. So hopefully today, um, I can, and but this is a hard day for me to get Jeff to do anything because today's a day. On Mondays he works 3 jobs, so he'll be at his welding shop after the print shop today. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the easier day to get Jeff. That Jeff has more time that he might be able to do something. So, but also I don't know how he's feeling today. Like I said, he was sick all day yesterday. Jeff is somebody who's always hot, and he actually had a blanket on him while he was laying down watching TV yesterday, and that's like never happens. Okay, no worries, Kim. Kim Vest, I should say. Um, so, but I'll be getting all that information up so you guys will know uh um everything that is going. Oh my god. Just from touching those bars of soap, my hands smell so good. Will there be a website we can go to to shop for these items? Hmm. Um, do I still have? Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. I'll see about doing something like that, Billy Joe. I'll talk to Jeff. Um, all right. So I think I've covered everything about the rally and the bullshit. So we've got about 10 minutes left in this free for all. And so, because at the top of the order, 10-15 minutes, I want to either do we go into an hour of Brendan jail calls? So we need to get back into that. And what I would also like to do today, and I totally will need to go get my freaking glasses because I would have to read my own writing. My own writing is really, really bad. Um, I'm never going to be able to read this. I need to, on Stephen Avery Project, do another summary of the calls we've listened to since the last time I did it. So I last did it when we had listened to 171 calls, and we're now at 224 calls. Yeah, Michelle, I believe my check-in is at 3 p.m. at the hotel. But yeah, you can ask for, because they did tell me you could ask for an earlier check-in. Nope, Beth, guilters have not been violent that I know of. They just talk. Yeah. So, and I have talked to the Waupun police. So they do know this event is happening. And that I have to call them the week of the event and give them a head count, which is kind of hard to do because we have guilters, as Carla told them to do. RSVP that you're going to give Jax a bigger head. I don't care what the numbers are on there, so if you are going to be there, please RSVP, to try and help me with the head count. I already know the two of the guilters who RSVP'd on there, so I'll subtract those two. but I don't know all their fake names since they're losers and have nothing to do but to sit on Facebook all day and rotate through their different Facebook accounts to troll people. You know, I like to go out and see the world. I don't live in my mom's basement. Um so so I'll be doing that on Stephen Avery Project. So yeah, we'll do so at 3 o'clock. I'll do an hour of Brendan calls here, and then we'll move on to Stephen Avery Project. 3 o'clock my time. So in 15 minutes, um, we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I did eat my lunch before we went live. No, Beth, um the guilters don't do anything. No worries. Yeah, I don't know who that is either, Carrie. Nice bracelets. I have. Hold on, let me go get something else. I guess I could just leave that shirt there for now. So, when I organized the first June rally, I made these. Um, so Brendan's favorite colors are orange and green. So for the Steven side of the bracelet, it says Injustice Everywhere. And then that's when I was freebrendan.org on the other side. So there's orange and black or green and black. And then there was just all black. I made those 4 years ago? Yay, free Brendan Dassey, free Stephen Avery. Ooh, I'm still smelling that soap. Sorry. So good. Um so Melissa emailed me, and now her dad called me earlier today, and I wasn't able to take his call, and so here's Paul calling me again. Um Sorry, Paul, if you watch this at some point, I'll call you back when I can. um and this is what Paul does a lot. So hold on a second. I'm live right now. Are you okay? What's wrong? No. Okay. I was on my way in real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and I was on my way in, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy, and we were fishing real nice and ever
real nice and everything early in the morning, me and Sammy. And I was on my way in, and we're not, no one can hear this, right?
No.
Okay. I was on my way in,
So, well, yeah, I don't blame you. Right. Yeah. So, all right. Well, let me call you back since I'm okay. Well, take it easy, and I will talk to you later. Oh, all right. Bye. Sorry. Um, because if when Paul does that, when he calls me and I don't take the call, and then he calls me back, he's just gonna keep calling unless I answer. So, um, sorry for that. Did I miss anything? Yeah, Chad. Who? Um, hold music. I thought about you have no clue all the stuff that's around this room that I could um entertain you with. And so I thought about, having something go across there. Like, okay, here's something I have is so our mayor in Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, um, she was like really strict in this COVID thing and telling people to stay home. And so this became a thing that you would put a Lori Lightfoot somewhere, and I had Jeff make them small because Lori, she's really, really short. She's, this tiny woman. So I've got this one. And then since Chicago did so well numbers wise and they started opening up Chicago, Lori Lightfoot made a commercial telling people, here's the things you can do. It's really funny. Um, and then at the end of it, she goes out to her yard where she had one of these standing there in her yard, and she took it down and replaced it with this one and said, this is more of a happy one. Yay, we can go into a restaurant with social distancing and stuff. So I've got all kinds of stuff like this around this room. And I used to run a haunted house, so I've got above my head up here is a whole bunch of different masks. So, all right, what time are we at? 2:52. So, we'll be ending this video and then we will resume Brendan calls. Oops. Dropped a pen. That will be bringing us to, it will be episode 31, and we are into folder jail call 14, and we'll see how long that folder is. And we've listened to 25, 26, 226 calls so far. Wait. 24, 24. Yep, 26. And I'll make sure I get my glasses before I then go to Stephen Avery Project and do the review. Throw a shirt on that Mayor Jax Avery one and bring her to the rally. I have so many stand-ups of local politicians. I do not have. I now have this hanging up on the wall, so I'm not going to pull it off. That is the hashtag We All Live on Avery Road. And then I also have this that I have brought to events and would make people take a picture with it. So one side says I am Brendan Dassey, and then the other one says we are Brendan Dassey. So if it was more than one person. And so like for a summer festival, I had booked the bands and everything, and so I made the bands up on the stage hold this and take pictures of them with it too. The rally sign I had made, actually Barb has. And in the picture that she sold to TMZ of Brendan's room, you see my sign that I made. I don't know if it's still there. Carrie, I might. I'm going to reserve the room just in case. Can always cancel. Yeah. Um, straight up through the hotel too, you can cancel 24 hours beforehand. And if you're calling the hotel and booking it, then you're telling them you want to be in the rally for Stephen Black, and then all our rooms are by each other. That's a big sleepover. So that be that. Um, Here's my pictures of me with Steven. This is, I believe, our first visit that I wore a free Melissa shirt. It's two different. Did I wear that the first time? I don't know if that was the first time. And then here's another time. The shirt I'm wearing there says Lankshot Kennedy. And then sweat DNA on the whatchamacallit. I can't remember. There's Melissa. There's one visit with Melissa. Here's another visit with Melissa. I showed the Steven ones. Oh, here's another visit with Melissa. Because, see, I wore the Melissa shirt to visit Steven, so I wore an Injustice Everywhere shirt when I visited Melissa. And then here's the visit with Marnie. No, I have not heard from Marnie. I'm out of that loop now. So, all right, we're going to end this now. And then I will pull up another live and we will go over an hour of the Brendan calls. So I will see you in the next video. And so as we end this one, we will, in with the good air, out with the bad air. Chad, who?